One main health epidemic in the United States and probably worldwide, actually worldwide forever because of iodine deficiencies, is thyroid. So I really want patients to be educated to think maybe I have something going on with my thyroid, or what can I do if I have something going on with my thyroid. So most people know your thyroid is in your throat. It's a gland and it's part of your endocrine system. So your thyroid communicates with other parts of the body. So you have the pituitary that sits out of the brain and it kind of tastes all the hormones and tells it what to do during the day. And they also communicate with your adrenal glands, or it communicates with your adrenal glands, and a little bit of the pancreas as well, and even a little bit of the genitals in a man and a female. So it's important to understand that your thyroid is not working alone. And in medical school, we were taught that oftentimes women's thyroid is gone, but their adrenals went first. So you almost never can really treat the thyroid without also treating the adrenals. And your adrenals are little kind of hats that sit on top of the kidneys, and it's your fight or flight response. And so I have to start here when I talk about the thyroid, because oftentimes women and men, typically more women, though I have a lot of patients that are male with hypothyroid as well, is that we are constantly worrying. We're always worrying. And the thing that's important to know is that your body doesn't know in that moment. You only have one stress response. So that means if you're worrying about something or you're literally being chased by a lion, you're using the same stress response. So sure, if you get chased by a lion, you're gonna flood adrenaline, flood cortisol, and then when you're safe, you're gonna go back in the day, hide in your tent or your cave, and you relaxed and you got back into parasympathetic. But we don't live that way anymore. What happens is we're having this constant, chronic stress in our head that's going nonstop about, what am I gonna do today? What about my finances? What about this? And we live in a life that is so stressful that you wear out that stress response. So after a while, your adrenals are like, I got nothing left. You've been worrying for the last 15 years about everything, or you've been in these horrible, stressful situations that I have no control over. I cannot spike cortisol anymore. I cannot understand what's going on with your aldosterone, which is what regulates water in the body. And it also regulates your minerals. So now all your minerals start to get wiped out. So now it says, I need help. So then the thyroid, you start sucking up the T3 and T4 being made by the thyroid. And now we start dealing with a thyroid issue. And let me talk about those symptoms, because it's important to understand that you've probably had warning signs way before your thyroid went out. So one of them is dizziness, feeling like when you stand up, like whoo, or just sitting there and all of a sudden feeling a little spinny sensation. The other thing is women can have upper flank pain in their lower back. They'll have pain there. Their hair will start falling out. They'll have leg cramping. They have a wired and tired feeling, meaning they're tired all day long. And then finally they go to bed tonight and they get this wiry, awful buzzing feeling that they just can't go to sleep at night. So those are all symptoms that the adrenals, or another huge one is brain fog. It's like, wow, I'm stumbling all over my words, and I know I was supposed to do that today and I forgot, and how did I forget? And so those are warning signs. Listen to those things. Then all of a sudden, and this is where women really start showing up in my clinic, they can't lose weight. They can't poop. Their skin is starting to drag really bad. They look like their skin is hollow. Their hair is falling out. And so you had warning signs before that with your thyroid, but now we're really starting to have problems. And so part of it is knowing what's going on. So now say, okay, I'm sick of it, I'm tired, you come and see me, or you go and see your doctor. There's a couple labs I really want to make sure that if you're going to get your thyroid checked, to ask your doctor for. If your doctor refuses to run them, you are empowered by your own health. Go see another doctor. Times Magazine put out an article. It was my favorite article when I was in medical school, and it said the most powerful thing you can say to your doctor is no. You are empowered. You live every day in your life. You're trying to explain to a doctor in 15 minutes what you live every single day. If that doctor doesn't listen, go find another doctor. It's okay. It's about empowering yourself. So now you go to your doctor and you say, I need a TSH, which is thyroid stimulating hormone. You need a free T3, a free T4, your reverse T3, and then also ask for antibody titers. Because if you run a TSH, you don't know what's happening with your T3 and T4. So your TSH might be off, but you also have Hashimoto, and you don't know that. So you need a full picture for your thyroid. And there's lots of supplements you can take. There's lots of foods that you can eat that can really help with your thyroid. And so my biggest advice for you with your thyroid is you really need to demand that you get the full picture of what's going on with your thyroid. And if your doctor doesn't know what those labs are, or they're not willing to run them, it probably means they're also not really willing, they might not understand them entirely. So it might be good to find a doctor that's willing to run all of those, so you have the full picture of what's happening in the whole system. Thank you so much for watching our video. Please subscribe below so YouTube knows that you like this content. Ring the bell. much more to come, and please leave a comment if you have any additional questions or comments. Thanks a lot.